beautiful, and thank you for clicking on today's video. I haven't done one of these videos in a really long time, and that's mostly because when I did the 30-day minimalism game a couple months back, I got my house to a pretty perfect place as far as decluttering goes. That being said, because I am a minimalist and because I live an intentional life, I am constantly evaluating items in my life. And if I don't need them, they go in a box to be donated, and when that box gets full, it goes to the thrift store. So I do have a few things to show you that I am decluttering this quarter that I wanted to share. Couple very quick disclaimers that you can skip if you want to in the chapters, but some of these items I've already gotten rid of, so I have photos of them that I'm going to be referring to. That's why I have my laptop. Additionally, it is windy today. Like, it feels like my whole house is shaking, so if you can hear that in the background, I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do about it. I have the foam cover on my mic. That should help a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. So, starting off, I'll start off with some of the tangible things that I can actually hold, and then I'll show you some of the things that I've already sold. I have 4 pairs of underwear that no longer really fit properly, and to be honest, I don't know that they ever did. It's just I didn't know that there were better options at the time of me purchasing these. So I am going to be not donating these, but textile recycling them. H&M is usually where I drop off my textile recycling, but H&M has a program called Close the Loop, where they take donated textiles and then repurpose them so that they don't end up in a landfill. And what I typically do with things like undergarments is I'll cut the crotch out and then donate the rest of the fabric. I do believe ThreadUp also offers like a similar textile recycling program, and I'm pretty sure parts of the country Goodwill also does, depending upon where you're located within the United States. But all that being said, I also have 2 bras that don't exactly fit properly. This particular one, it fits well, but it's very scratchy, so I never wear it. And this one, I don't even remember where I got this. I think a friend gave it to me. But these particular little straps here on the back, they squeak when I move my body, and it's really annoying. These are going to be donated to an organization called Free the Girls. I've talked about Free the Girls a few times here on my channel, but in case you're not familiar, it is an organization that you can donate lightly used bras to for women to be able to sell them to make income to help stay out of human trafficking. There's more information about it in the website down below, but basically this organization not only helps women get out of human trafficking and sex trafficking situations, but they help these women make income by selling bras to other women in their countries. So that's where those will be donated. And then the last tangible item I have is actually sitting right over there. Let me go ahead and grab it. So the last tangible item I have is this baby gate. So this is actually a baby gate that I borrowed from my neighbors because we needed it for our puppy, and I knew it would be like a temporary thing that we wouldn't need for so long, so we borrowed it from them because they weren't using it. And I'm decluttering it in the sense that I'm going to be giving it back to them. So that is the last tangible item of things I'm decluttering, and now we can move into the pictures of things that I've sold. Alright, so starting off with number 1 is this yoga mat. I picked this yoga mat up at either Ross or TJ Maxx probably about a year ago, and I barely used it because when I had carpet in my house, I would opt to work out in a carpeted area, so the yoga mat was pretty much moot. And then when we replaced most of the carpet in our house with luxury vinyl plank flooring, this particular yoga mat was too thin to provide any real comfort. So I sold this on Facebook Marketplace for, I believe, $10. Next here is what you see is a folded up puppy playpen. Again, this was something that when I purchased it for our puppy Bailey, I knew it would be something that was temporary, but very necessary. Similar to when you have a baby, there's a lot of things that you buy that you only use for a few months. The same can be true for a puppy or a kitty or anything of the sort. So this was a puppy pen where we were trying to graduate him to be able to be alone in the house. And he went from being in a crate when we left the house to being in this pen when we left the house to having the downstairs area with 2 baby gates blocking off, so he only had access to the kitchen and living room. And now he has access to the entire downstairs, the stairwell, and then the upstairs loft with all of the doors in the house closed. Soon he'll graduate to one room being opened, probably the master, then the guest room, then my husband's office. He's basically earning these privileges of space while we're not home slowly, as he continues to prove himself to not destroy things or go to the bathroom in the house. And that's actually why we're getting rid of that baby gate too, because he's not only graduated beyond this playpen, but beyond the baby gate. So we're really proud of him. And I believe I sold this for $35. Next on the list is this extra large dog cot. I originally bought this for my dog, thinking that he was gonna be enormous, and he might still be. He's 7 months old and he's 45 pounds, so he might still very well be like a very big dog. But this is an extra large dog cot that I think is a bit too big for him, no matter how big he gets, unless he gets to like 85 pounds. He also doesn't like the suspended bed. He much prefers like a cushiony bed on the ground or being on like the bed or a couch. So for that reason, I sold this. I actually sold this to a gentleman who has a senior German Shepherd and was having trouble like getting onto the ground to his bed, so the elevated bed was really good for him in his elderly life. So that went to him. Next is another baby gate. Now this baby gate I actually bought secondhand on Facebook Marketplace, and there was a period of time where there's two main entrances to the main living space in our home. There's like the back entrance mudroom, and then there's the front entrance. And for a while we were blocking off both of those for Bailey because there were shoes kind of available to chew on both sides. And then we removed one and we've now removed the other. So again, he's earning those privileges of space really slowly, but we didn't need this baby gate long before we didn't need that one. And I sold this on Facebook Marketplace as well for I think $10 or $15. Next here is some Christmas stuff. I sold it kind of as a bundle and I waited until November to sell it because I knew around that time more and more people would be looking for holiday decor. I sold all 4 of these pieces, I think for around $25, just because they didn't really fit in with my current decorating scheme. So I went ahead and I sold them. Additionally, one of those items is a tree base, and we now have an artificial tree, so that's not really something we need at all. All right, and then the last couple of things are things that have already been taken to their destination as far as donation. So those items I just showed you were things that I have sold on either eBay or Facebook Marketplace. But this category of things is things that I don't have to be able to tangibly show you, but they're already gone. So number one of which is a couple of pairs of socks that had holes in them that were in places where if I sewed if I sewed the hole, it would be texturally uncomfortable to put the sock in the boot and like continue to walk with it. So 2 pairs of socks for me, and I think 2 or 3 pairs of socks for my husband have all been already textile recycled, but those are things that have technically been decluttered in the last couple of months, in addition to 1 pair of pantyhose. And then the very last thing, I've mentioned this once or twice here on my channel, but I have a very special way of how I donate used dog toys. So for my dog is very like toy motivated. He loves all of his toys. There's never really been a toy that he's just like not interested in. So as he's outgrown certain toys from being, you know, a 10-pound puppy to now being 46 pounds, there are certain toys that are just too small and they become choking hazards. So for those toys, I've donated them to an animal shelter for other little puppies and kitties to be able to play with. However, now that he's older and we've been getting him toys that are more size appropriate, he now has the ability to rip into the toy and pull out the stuffing. And unfortunately, my cute little boy does not just pull out the stuffing, he ingests the stuffing, which can cause blockage along with other different related health issues. However, my neighbor has 3 huskies that absolutely love soft toys, but they hardly ever get them because soft toys are expensive and his 3 huskies will tear them apart within like 10 minutes, so it's not really worth it beyond like a Christmas stuffed animal or whatever. So when Bailey tears through a toy multiple times, or he makes such a big tear that it's not worth it for me to sew up, or there's like multiple tears, what I'll do is I'll throw that stuffed animal over the fence. It might have a hole in it, but his 3 huskies don't ingest the stuffing. So then they get to have fun with this toy for 10 to 15 to 20 minutes. It gets sort of its full use and its full life. My dog doesn't ingest a bunch of stuffing and everybody's happy. So there's been probably, because he's recently been working through some of his older toys that he's been like working on for a while. He's not able to tear up a soft toy immediately yet, and I kind of hope he never really gets there. But there's been toys that he's had for months now that he's finally been cracking away at. And there's been probably 4 or 5 toys that I've thrown over the fence in the last 3 months because I've either sewed them 5, 6, 7 times and it's just kind of beyond the point of being able to sew them, or because the hole was so big that it wasn't really possible to sew it in a way that would actually last. So I don't have, again, anything tangible here to show you, but just know the 3 huskies on the other side of the fence have been very happy with all of the toys that magically appear in their backyard every couple of weeks. And that is gonna be it for the things that I have been decluttering this last, I'm gonna call it quarter, like the last 4 months or so, or 3 months or so. Like I said, there wasn't that much in this particular video, mostly because I did that 30-day minimalism game and got my house pretty darn decluttered for the point of my life that I was doing that. However, as you saw, most of the stuff I've been decluttering is puppy related because my puppy is growing up. So I did definitely still have some life evaluating to do and stuff evaluating to do and things to declutter. And that's kind of the important thing if you clean your house or you declutter your house. Even if you get it like the maximum amount of decluttered, your life is still ever changing and you are ever growing, and your family and your lifestyle, it's all changing and moving forward. So for that reason, it's also important to kind of constantly be evaluating what you need and what you don't. And some of the things you can sell, like what I did with a lot of the puppy stuff on Facebook Marketplace or eBay, and other things could be donated in ethical ways, like with bras or underwear. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you guys some inspiration of where you can take some of these things that you maybe want to declutter yourself. And with all of that being said, I will see you in a couple days with another video. Bye! Oh, and also like and subscribe, thanks.